What's going on, everyone? It is what time is it? It's peanut butter jelly time. It is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking everything New York Giants football. This is Tim. This is Online Big Blue Sports. Blah 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 blah. We got Mike Lee already in the house saying, "Smash the like button, smash it, trash it, hit it with a hammer, and bash it." He also has no super flu here. We had the super flu in the house. I don't think it was not an enjoyable experience, the super flu, but we did have it. But you know what? It's probably no more of an enjoyable experience than our old buddy. What happened to Mister Xavier McKinney? Poor Xavier, man. I mean, you're
building your business
oh
online.
my god, that was loud. You're in a situation where you are. You are an NFL starting safety. You're on vacation. You got your team at 6-2. You think to yourself, you want to have this in perspective. You want to have this where you're doing what you need to do to make yourself and your team successful. And what do? You wreck an ATV in Cabo. Nothing ever good happens. Nothing ever good happens in Cabo. I laugh because I saw on Twitter, and I know, stay off Twitter. I know that this is the boat trip. This is the boat trip situation for this team. This is going to be the catalyst when we are, for this team for their demise. Don't forget to hit the like button when you come on, but I don't see it that way. I mean, you figure Julian Love is going to have to move into the free safety spot. You got Landon Collins is going to have to move up and step into strong safety. You got Dane Belton as well. So you can, if you need to alternate in the, in the free safety spot between Belton and Love, you have the capability. You have the capability of doing that. So it's going to be easier. I mean, is McKinney going to be missed? Yeah, because McKinney is a catalyst for this team. While he's only fourth in tackles, and some thinks his play has gone down a little bit from last year, it's also the way this defense is designed. So I think, in 4 games, it's a tough 4 games. It is a tough 4 games to have him out for. It really is, because you got the Thanksgiving Dallas game in there. I mean, it's just, yeah, you got Jason Pincock too. I'm not a big Jason Pincock fan. I think he's more of a special teamer than anything else. But you do have Jason as well. But like I said, I do think he's more of a special teamer. Andrew Adams looked good. I wish we would have kept him. He looked good when he was playing with the Titans on Sunday night. So that was another guy I wish we would have held on to a little bit. But like I said, you don't know. Hey, we got Dominic Palmer coming in here. Hey, Dominic. Hey, what do you say? We also have, man, you think Kenny G is going to have a good second half of the first season? I don't think is he going to have a better second half than he had a first half? That's not saying much. So yeah, I'm going to have to go with, he's going to have a better second half than he did in the first half, because he didn't do anything in the first half. Listening whilst the storm rages. Is this the storm of discontent, Dom? Or is that the summer of discontent? Or is there actually storms in the UK? Dom, of course, it's UK, Dom, for those that do not know. But, I'm more upset about Xavier being stupid. And I said it in my video the other day. It's like, I'm in Cabo. Hey, you know what I just saw? There's this shark diving thing over here where you dive in the water with the sharks and they throw blood and chum in the water with you, and they don't give you a cage. That sounds like fun. What bad thing could happen? And I'm sorry, I'm not buying the I was on a sightseeing trip. I was on a sightseeing thing. It's like Gilligan. What the fuck? Look what happened to Gilligan. Gilligan went out on a 3-hour tour, was stuck on an island for 37 years. Who knew I could drop Gilligan on that one? Let's see, Dom. What does Dom have to say? Dom is, you can't have a worse second half. You can't. And Mike Lee comes out with the same thing. It can't be worse than the first half for Kenny G. It can't. No, literal storm. So that's not good. That's not good. We also got saying any help from Kenny is a plus. True, any help from Kenny is a plus. Don't forget to hit the like button. Smash it, trash it, hit with a hand or bash it. Make sure you hit that like button. Anything you get is gonna be golden. Listen, you're 6-2 with 9 games left, and 5 of those 9 games are divisional games. Dallas is going to be a tough road to hoe. You got 2 tough games against Philadelphia, And honestly, like I said, I like Tyler. I like Heineke. I like Heineke over in Washington. So neither of those games are gimmies as well. You figure this: if you've gotten 6 games, you have an uphill battle for the division only because of the fact that you've already lost to Dallas. So you already own one of the division. So you're going to probably have to start looking right now towards wild card. And if you take a look at the other teams right now, they're in the wild card race. You figure out of these 9 games, you figure the Giants have to win at least 4. You have to win 4. So you're going to win 10 games. So you got to win 4 games. So you're going to go, I mean, worst case scenario, you're going to go 4-5, which is not the best case scenario to go into a playoff situation, but you need a minimum 4 wins. Dom says it's irresponsible. It is irresponsible. I'm like, listen, we all do stupid shit. We all do. And I talked about it yesterday. It's like, contractually, there are always clauses in your contract in reference to riding motorcycles and ATVs and doing things during the season. He's on a second round pick contract that still has a year left. I think he's only like $2 million in cap space next year. So they're not going to fine him. They're not going to do anything like that. They're not going to take a game check. They're going to be extremely disappointed in him. It's like when your dad's disappointed in you. I'm very Xavier. We're very disappointed in you. That's all that's going to happen to them. They're not going to rock the apple cart right now for Xavier. Dom says, in all fairness, Isaac Adam was often out on an island by himself for weeks. So it's not just killing. Isaac Adam. We have to drop an Isaac Adam.
That's what she said.
Holy crap, that's loud. Holy crap. That's a little loud there.
That's what she said.
There we go. We'll make it a little softer. I'm still working out the kinks on the soundboard. But I still like it.
Guys, batting for the Yankees, number 23, Don Mattingly.
Sorry. But you figured this. You figure you're going to need 4 wins. 4 out of 9. You have 2 winnable games right now against the 1-win Texans team, and I think a 1 or 2 wins Lions team. But the Lions offense still has to scare you a little bit. Texans play tough, but they're both extremely winnable games. And of course, I will be at both games. Irish Rover is actually flying in. So Irish Rover is going to be flying in for this game, and we're going to meet him in the parking lot. So he's going to be hanging out. Now we got Chris MMA 427, whatever. It's going to be going to the Lions game with me. So, I think we got one ticket open left. And I'll talk about that later for a subscriber to come to a game with me. So that'll be fun. We'll talk about that. What do we got here? I said, I hope we get Harrison from Ohio State at 11, Tennessee, the wide receiver draft. Yeah. I mean, I want to get through this season first. I want to get through this season before we get Hooker. What's up, Big L? What's OBB? What's up, Tim? The Dahmer is here. Dahmer's dropping in his house. We got OBB. We got the Big L doing it. L. We also got Blackbird McKnight. Kenny G is back. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. He's back so good we didn't even notice him. But you know what? The Giants they don't have an uphill climb here. They really don't. Like I said, unless someone else gets really hot in reference to these wild card races, you have a pretty good lead. You don't even need to play 500. You can win 4 games and still make the playoffs. You can still play 4 games and make that wild card. Division, like I said, is going to be tough. Divisional play is going to be tough, but you got to wait and see what happens. Dom says it's all good. How about you, mate? What's up, mate? Done that ship on the Bobby. Washington both times is winnable, and 1 win against Philadelphia. Washington is winnable too, but you know what? Washington's probably also looking at us saying it's a winnable game. And the same thing. And honestly, we lost to Dallas at home, and we probably should have lost to Dallas more convincingly, but Dallas had a bunch of drops. So I mean, I got to itch my nose. Excuse me. What's going on, Tim? It's all good. I'm answering your questions. That's what's going on, my brother. That's all good. Dom is all good from us. It's good to hear. And we got another one saying, "What's going on, Tim?" Everything's going good. Don't forget to make sure you hit that like button when you enter the chat, because you know what? It helps the channel. I did a poll, and it's on the community section. I did a poll where I basically said, "Hey, listen, I'm thinking about just doing podcasts, and then maybe doing just like paid subscriber content on YouTube." And evidently, it's been a rousing 93% don't do just podcasts to 7%. So I guess I'm going to continue to do this. What's up, Patty? Giants are down to 3 healthy defensive tackles now. Dexter Williams and Ellis need to be moved. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's the Giants right now. They have a situation. They have the ability. They can. It's. I hate the cliche. I always hate this cliche, but they are in control of their own destiny. I hate that cliche, but it's true. They control what they do. They control where they go from here. They need. I'm going to say this right now. They need to come out with a statement game this Sunday. It has to be a statement game. After what happened in Seattle, after the week off, after what happened with Xavier McKinney, have to come out with a statement game. They need to take it to the Texans like 35-17. No late in the fourth quarter crap. No defensive stands. They need to just come out, balls to the wall, and put this team out. Put them out early. That's what the Giants need to do on Sunday. Same thing with Detroit. You got 2 winnable teams against winnable teams at home. You need to make a statement. What's up, Mr. Alvarez? He says, "Hey, Tim, it's crazy to think as of right now, the entire NFC East looks like they can make the playoffs. This season is nuts for sure." It's crazy, man. There is so much. Nobody's talking, because we're all Giant fans, but nobody's talking about the Jets. The Jets have actually beaten better teams than the Giants have. And, nobody, because they're also the Jets, but nobody's talking about the Jets. I mean, I'm not talking about the Jets. What do we got here? Is there any quarterback you like in free agency? I like Hooker. I think I've made that apparently clear. I like the kid out of Tennessee. Yes, I understand he is a little bit older. He'll be 25 when the season starts. I understand that. But I also like the fact that he's a little bit older. I like his maturity. Yes, he did get beat last weekend, so that's going to take his stock down a little bit. And he's also a guy that I think that could potentially be there like around 17 to 23. I think he could be there for the Giants. I truly do. But like I said, we got to get through this first. Let's see here. Missing Blake Martinez. Yeah. Honestly, if you want to be honest, the Giants are missing Blake Martinez because it's a turnstile off tackle and in the middle. It's a turnstile. I remember when Leonard Williams went down, Giants played better like when Leonard Williams went down, but when he went down, they're like, well, the Giants are going to get run over. And then when he came back, they got run over. The problem, yes, there is some problems with the defensive line, but the issue is your outside linebackers that they cannot or do not know how to, or because some of they're so young, they're not understanding their assignments in reference to holding the edge and holding that edge for the defensive end against the run. That's the problem. That's why we get gashed so many times off tackle. I've talked about this going back to training camp. I was concerned about this. And it's easy to overlook things when you're 6-2. But when you have some of these games where we've gotten killed on the run, you got to start thinking. And I think the Giants are a smart enough organization that's why they went and got Landon Collins. That's why they went out and got AJ Klein, who was then pilfered off the practice squad. They are smart enough to understand there's a problem. And the thing that I'm looking at right now is, how does the league adjust to the Giants offense? I've said this once before. I hope that Kafka and Dable are in the lab right now, coming up with something, because the Bears and Seattle has shown the blueprint for the Giants offense, how to stop it. Bottle up Saquon Barkley, make Daniel Jones throw short because he's not throwing deep. When they go play action rollout, you shadow Jones and you cover the tight end. It wasn't that difficult. I said this I was shocked after the second half of the Chicago game that the league didn't just follow this pattern, but it wasn't until Seattle followed the pattern again. So, I mean, I hope they're back in the lab. USO says Kenny G needs to get 2 touchdowns on Sunday if he's able to play. I would be happy if he had 2 catches. I keep predicting that Kenny G's going to have a touchdown. I keep predicting that, and he never does. Motherfucker never does. Yeah, they beat the Bills. That's right. They beat the Bills. They beat the Bills and Josh Allen. And Josh Allen could potentially be out. We got a big old super chat from the Zach Attack. Of course, all super chats for this month in December. What we're doing is we usually donate super chats, but what we're doing is we're pulling all the money for super chats, and we are going to buy Coaches Club tickets. We did it in the beginning of the season. We bought 3 Coaches Club tickets, and so 3 subscribers and myself went to the game. We'll do the same thing we did last time. We'll have a drawing. We'll do all the fun stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing with the proceeds for all super chats for the next 2 months. Xavier McKinney is a big loss for the Giants secondary. Athletes need to understand they are only 1 injury away from ruining their career. There was a second, I talked about it. There was a second round pick a couple years back that wrecked his career. Never even played an NFL game because he got hurt on an ATV. There's another former player who had his hand amputated because he was on an ATV. And like I said, I'm not buying this crap that they run a sightseeing tour on ATVs because I've been to Cabo, I've been to Cancun, I've seen these things. You're not just sitting there going, oh, no, I'm not talking Chad Jones. Chad Jones got hurt in a car accident. This was I think it was a guy was with Seattle. I don't remember his name. I know the one guy was with Seattle. I can't remember what the other guy was, but he was a 2nd round pick. Chad Jones, I think, was a 3rd or 4th round pick. But you're not just sitting there like, I'm gonna go really slow. Look at the peacock. Oh, look at the toucan. No, you're not doing that. You're a guy. It's like when you get out on a jet ski in Miami. You're a guy. You're gonna do stupid things. And honestly, I think he did something. So I always go back, and someone told me it was before everyone's time. I always go back to Jay Williams, the basketball player at Duke, 2nd overall pick for the Bulls. Wrecked himself on a motorcycle after his rookie season. Never played in the NBA again. Voided his contract because he had it in his contract. But great balls of fire. How high is the ceiling? How high do you think Hooker's ceiling is? Hey-oh. Sorry. I think that Hooker has a good ceiling. I think it's a pretty high ceiling. I think Hooker fits what Dable and Kafka want to do. He's more of a scrambling than a running quarterback, but he is a scrambling quarterback who can run. DJ is a running quarterback who cannot scramble. So there's a little bit of a difference there. I just like his demeanor and the fact that he's doing it, except for last week, up against quality competition. What's up, Hirsch, for real? How you doing? What's going on? Everything's all good. Had an argument with Commanders fans saying Chase still owns Andrew Thomas. Then he goes on saying that he is a top 10 left tackle who's better than Andrew Thomas. I choked up laughing. This is what, for those that do not know, make sure you jump out and go to mega69.com, the best place that you can go to for porn. They are a big subscriber and sponsor of this channel. So just make sure you go and have that porn. And you know what? Don't talk to Commander fans because evidently they've all gone stupid. they've all gone crazy. Blackbird also says Kenny G's first touchdown will be against the Lions, his former team. That would be very apropos. That would be very fitting if that did happen. I think I would love that. I would love him to just make a catch. The Big L says if I was Dables, I would shore up the running game by seeing my best offensive line, Gates and Lemieux, because with DJ, I think he has hit his ceiling as a game manager. I think a lot of people, not inside Giant Nation, because they're crazy, some people, but I think a lot of people, sportscasters, other people, prognosticators, all think the same thing, that this is Daniel Jones's ceiling. And he is what he is. And you know what? Good or bad or indifferent, this is what we have. And you have to hope that DJ puts together like a big game, like a Saints game. You have to hope, because I think you're going to need that going into the second half of the season. I did a video the other day and people didn't get it. I got so much backlash for them, and I don't even understand why. Because all I said is games are not won at halftime. You don't go 6-2 and just quit. You got 9 more games left. You're halfway through the season. So I mean, and that's what it is. So agree on DJ. Also hit that like. Hit it, smash it, bash it, hit it with a hammer and crash it. Mike Lee says only scrambling DJ does is his eggs. Hey yo. But seriously, what do we got here, Ron Juan? Ron Juan says the DJ love is so mind-boggling to me. I get it. I get it of he actually shows up in being a franchise quarterback, but come on, man, shaking my head. My thing with DJ is this, and I don't want to go on picking on Daniel Jones' party, but here's my thing with DJ. Everyone wants to use the advanced stats because if you take a look at his stats statistically, you look at what he's done is, and he's the bottom in the league in almost every single category. So then my question is, Justin Fields had that big game against Miami, threw for like 150 yards, ran for another 120. Does that mean he's a franchise quarterback? Because he did exactly the same thing that DJ does. But if you talk to Giant fans about that game from Justin Fields, they go, well, he lost and he didn't really do anything. It's like statistically, it's almost identical what Daniel Jones had when he won Player of the Week. You can't have 2 different scenarios. Well, you basically have one scenario, but 2 different outcomes and 2 different answers. You can't. You either are or you're not. We are who it said they are. And they can love him. That's fine. DJ is akin to Kent Graham type placeholder, not a franchise guy type to build around. We really thought we had something with Kent Graham and Danny Cannell. That's why the Giants and Dan Reeves got so screwed. How does Mega 69 porn already come back? But that's how they got so screwed. Because of the fact that they thought they had something, but they never had anything. They didn't have it. They thought they had it, but they didn't have it. And you have to hope and you have to wish, that we don't continuously make the mistake. And I've said it before, if I was Joe Shane, I would work on my poker face. Because every time he has a press conference or a meeting about, the Giants and the state of affairs of the Giants, he talks about how he wants to sign Saquon Barkley. But then he comes back and says, well, we can't really put anything on Dan Jones right now because we need to still evaluate him because it's always been 8 games. It's only been 8 games. Well, you've only had 8 games to evaluate Saquon Barkley. And I love it. He's, like I said, the water tick, watch it. He always has 2 balls. He takes his cap off, takes huge drinks when he talks about Daniel Jones, puts his cap back on very tight, and then puts his water bottle down. That is a tell. And I've been saying that for I don't know how long now. What does Dom have to say? This is DJ's contract years, and he's also tempting to Leonard Williams.
King of the almost sack.
We have to have Leonard Williams. Pimp name Sick Likes. I have a bunch of Jet fans that are friends, and I'm very sorry for you. And it's funny how they're holding Zach Wilson, who's only in his second year, accountable versus our fans who are trying to make excuses for a guy who played 4 years already. Well, to DJ's fairness, he's only played 3.5. And honestly, hasn't even played 3.5 because he's missed a bunch of games. But I understand what you're saying. I got what you're saying. We're gonna go 2 for 2 over with Mr. Pimp Name Slipback. Giant fans also don't know how to read advanced stats. If you're ranked 14th in advanced stats but throwing the ball 175 times games, you're a game manager. Even Pro Football Focus admits that. I love the one advanced stat that nobody wants to talk about, and I brought it up and I did a Twitter space thing. I got invited to do a Twitter space thing, and I did it last week. And I talked about advanced stats, and I talked about there's advanced stats in reference to how many yards the ball travels in the air, and how many seconds the ball travels in the air for starting quarterbacks. And Daniel Jones was 31st and 32nd in the league, which tells me the ball's not traveling in the air. He's getting everything off the yak. What's up, Timothy? The Giants beat Texans at home on Sunday to start the second half of 2022 season the right way. I hope they do. Like I said, this has to be a statement game. You have a winnable game against the Titans. Not the Titans. We already beat the Titans. You have a winnable game against the Texans. Winnable. More than winnable. And I agree. I want a statement game. I don't want no 21-17 coming back with a field goal or a touchdown at the end of the defensive stand. No. I want 35-15 Giants. Blowout from start to finish. That's what I want to see with this team. Ron Juan. What's up, Ron Juan? They're focused so much on this league-leading completion percentage without realizing it's because he doesn't throw the ball that much at all. He also doesn't throw the ball more than 5 yards. His yards per attempt is like 6.2 when the league average is like 7.5. And even Carl Banks posted a video in reference to how many times Darius Slayton's open, we just don't throw him the ball. And that Daniel Jones, and even in the video he posted on Twitter, he's like, and this was not a check down play. Slayton was wide open. Let the pitches, we've how many times have we said it? We got, you know what? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. But you just need to fling it. See what happens. That's what we need. You can't keep me cooped up in here, okay? I am a peacock. You gotta let me fly. You gotta let the peacock out. You gotta let the peacock go, man. Not a fan of Wilson, though. I'm rooting for Fields. Too. Zach Attack says the Jets game commentators kept annoying on the Jets last drive by saying throw the ball when the Jets were down by 10 yards per carry. I didn't watch the Jet game. I don't watch the Jet games. I don't know why I don't watch the game. Shane tells no tales. He clearly wants his own guy at quarterback. He does. Like I said, just watch it. Blackbird comes back and says, you're asking a lot for Giants to score 35 points. I am asking a lot. But if there is a game that you could these are 2 games in a row where these teams can be defensively challenged. Now, I know Detroit held Dallas to like 9 points for like 3 quarters and then lost by like 30 or whatever it was. But these are 2 teams that are defensively challenged that the Giants with Saquon Barkley and a limited passing attack could put up some points. And this is what I want to see. I want to see an attack. That's what I want to see, an attack. Go for it. This is a winnable game. I just want to win with 0 injuries, says Mike Lee. Let the peacock fly. You got to let the peacock fly, man. Wandale is high. I don't know if he's high. Was he on Maui Wowie, Panama Red? I know it's legal in Jersey. Blackbird says Daniel Jones didn't throw a ball past 20 yards for weeks until his 30-second touchdown pass against the Jacks. You're right. Hurst for real wants to know, please take a deep dive look at Bo Nix. Might be a Shane Dable type quarterback. He's no Bo Callahan. That's for you, Dom. He's no Bo Callahan. We can look at Nix. We'll look at Nix. We'll start doing quarterback breakdowns as towards the end of the college football season. Because I really think you need to get into you have to get into the money games for college, and that's going to be leading up to the playoff series. You got to get into those games so you can see who shines and who wilts under the bright spotlights. It was supposed to be this, under the bright spotlights. It was supposed to be that. Oh my God. Let's beat Houston. I want to beat Houston too. And I think we will. Pimp name 6, but it's not a lot to ask. So people keep claiming DJ is the answer. If he shows putting up big points, he shouldn't be difficult. DJ should be able to put up points against these 2 teams. He should. And I love all the people. Oh, Mike Lee's got to bounce. All right, Mike, have yourself a nice time. I believe Mike's on another world tour. Hope you have a good time, Mike. Hope you're having fun. Hope you're having a good time. Let's see here. Oh, we're going back to this one. Claiming the DJ is the answer, but he should be putting up points. I don't want to hear about why. And multitudes of people have said it. If all you do is complain about your wide receivers and your offensive line, then you don't have a franchise quarterback. I don't say it. Most prognosticators say it. Not me. I'm not saying. I'm just repeating what someone says. But you know what? Can you win with Daniel Jones? Sure. You can also win with Trent Dilfer. You can also win with Brad Johnson. Rex Grossman went to a Super Bowl. Just throwing it out there. Let's beat Houston. Let's beat them big. Let's just do that. Zach says, I feel like November 24th is a big test to see where this team is. The November 24th game against Dallas is a big game. I wish we had Xavier McKinney for that game. You're in Dallas. So it's going to be interesting because you're right. I think it's a good litmus test because of the fact that it will show. And I've said this before, these next 4 games are important. You have to see, this will give you an idea of where this team is and where this organization is as well. So, I mean, I think we have to just, and like I said, I want to beat up some guys. I want to beat up on some guys. I want to beat up on the Texans. I want to beat up on Detroit. I want to do that because I want to show the league that we are capable of beating the teams that we are supposed to be a lot better than. And then instead of coming out these squeakers, like I don't want to win 21-17. I mean, I'll take the win. Hey, let's beat the Lions too. Let's beat them all. Dom says, if you want to see an attack, look outside of Barkley. I suspect you'll be watching our defense. Hey-oh. Dom says, Bo Callahan didn't spot the 50 on the last page. Hope he likes pancakes. Never seen the film. You pancake kicking motherfucker. I've never seen the film either. How does Tua, man? How does Tua do what? Zach wants to say Malik Willis had a good game. The Giants sort of is attacking him when he's dropping dimes to wide receivers that drop the ball, but the Giants sort of use the stats against him, but not DJ. You know, it's funny. Malik Willis, of course, I watched the Malik Willis game. I think, and I understand the philosophy over with the Titans because you have Derrick Henry, just run him, but they got to let the kid throw. You really do, because he actually, you're right. There was probably 3 or 4, which were pinpoint passes, which were dropped. And you want to talk about a bad offensive line? Oof. The Titans have a terrible offensive line. But that's okay, though, because you can't use those excuses outside of New York. It's all good. Mr. Albert says all the Texans have to do on offense is to give it to Dameon Pierce. The ball the dude has. Yeah, he has been. But like I said, I want to see something. I want to see them go after this team. I want them to go after them. I want 86-90 Giants. I want these people punished. I want them punished for coming in to our stadium. I want it like in 86 when we went like 5 weeks in a row when we knocked out the starting quarterbacks. I want this team punished for having the audacity to get on a plane, fly to Newark, and come into this stadium, because these are 2 teams that we should be able to do that against. Lamar Jackson had no wide receivers, 3 running backs out last year, and he was still the number 1 seed going to the playoffs. We need a quarterback like that. Yeah, I wish we could get Lamar. We're not getting Lamar. Lamar's going to want like $400 million. Oh, my God. Okay. And people need to stop the OBJ crap. I saw someone posted I didn't watch the video, but they posted a video on Twitter that OBJ is going to be signing within days. And I was thinking to myself, what the fuck are people talking about? He is going to want a minimum of a 2-year deal. He is not going to come here to the Giants for 2-3 games at the end of the season without a guarantee of playing and having a contract in 2023. He is going to want a guaranteed contract for 2023. Shane's not going to do this. Please stop. It's all about the likes, the clicks, the bleeps, and the boops. I've talked about it a million times. Had to leave him in charge. Oh, not as well. Oh, God, I don't want to know. I fear for the club. Oh, my God. What do we got here? Carl Banks said it is actually easier to evaluate a quarter without true weapons because that way you can see if he can elevate the offensive play. You're right. He's right. And Carl Banks is and that's why I was shocked when I saw it on Twitter, because Carl Banks is the ultimate Giants homer. He is. You know, he works for the network, of course. So he's going to be a homer, but he is the ultimate homer. So it was shocking to see that. Giant fans are recruiting OBJ. Good. OBJ also came out and named like 3 other teams that he would go to. And one of them was Dallas. Giants are smart enough to know that we are not going to give him a guaranteed contract for 2023. You got 50 plus in cap space. Yeah, you may get up to about 60, but you have to sign your rookie class. You only have 39 players under contract. You're going to have to sign. So you're going to have to try to find some linebackers and some other free agents, some other things. You're not going to just. This is why I have headaches. G-Force music says G-Force. G-Force was a good show. Battle of the Planets. And it was G-Force. I'm probably late to the party. So riding an ATV is a contract. It is a contract violation. Yes. Riding an ATV, riding a motorcycle, that is a contract violation, but they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything to him. He's on a 4-year, and he's in the 3rd year of a 4-year second-round pick deal. He's only making like $2 million next year. He's a vital cog, and yeah, we mentioned it before because I even said it. I said they're going to give him the we're highly disappointed in you speech. That's what he's going to get. I mean, don't forget, make sure you hit the like button when you come in. He's gonna get the Joe Shane, Xavier, Wink and I, Brian and I. We are so disappointed in you. That's the most he's gonna get. That's what he's gonna get. Dom says OBJ of the Giants this season, utter bullcrap. You can say crap. It's okay. You're not gonna get flagged for saying crap. Zach Attack drops back in and said OBJ would want ball, and if DJ misses Slayton, how would he find OBJ? OBJ's also coming off like what, a second or a third ACL or whatever the injuries were. Please, you make my head hurt. Please, we want to sign a guy who's 28 years old, coming off multiple surgeries in the last 5 years, and give him a guaranteed contract in 2023.
It's Daniel Jones at the.
Gentlemen, which brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
No, Mrs. Online Big Blue still has not labeled the soundboard. Kenny G, number one, we don't need OBJ. We got Kenny. Where's that button? Wait a minute. I got, this would be so much easier if someone would come into my house and label my soundboard.
Warning,
Kenny
sarcasm.
G, number one wide
Warning,
receiver.
sarcasm.
We don't need
Warning,
OBJ.
sarcasm.
Oh my God. He's also hurt right now before the cap and won't be elite when we're in the zone for winning championship. You just dumb to think he's coming. Makes me mad. It makes my head hurt. Ron Juan also says OBJ of the Giants is a nice feel good story, but not happening. It doesn't make sense either side. It really doesn't. What's up, Montana, New York? I got to play I have some original music from Montana, New York, which I'm going to be using in my, he's given us the gracious permission to use his music in one of the openings of the show. I'm just trying to figure out exactly when I'm going to do that. But what's going on? Yes, riding a Segway. I think riding a Segway is a violation too. I said that on the video yesterday. He's probably riding a Segway off a pier. OBJ is good at singing in Madden. He's just a good signing in Madden. Yeah, he probably is. Don Juan says the power is going out, no question. Have a good evening and all. I'll hit that like button. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Up to 23 likes. We need to get up higher than that. The smooth sounds of Kenny G.
It's Daniel Jones.
There we go.
The smooth sounds of Kenny G. 72 million. Not worth it. As you can plainly see.
That's for you, Big John. I had to find the button.
That's what she said.
My fear with OBJ is he is going to go to rip another ACL like Shepard just 2 games in. I agree. You know what? Everyone wants to talk about art. You know what? They always complain about MetLife, and we all know what they complain about.
Turf Monster Smash.
Well, they're worried about the turf monster. Evidently, many don't know this, but the turf monster went to Cabo with Xavier McKinney. Just throwing that out there. OBJ is 30 and it takes a year for a person to fully recover from ACL to remember Saquon. No one remembers Saquon. Everyone thinks everyone's going to be Adrian Peterson and come back in 8 months. Zach Attack says Daniel Jones has like the most time to throw in the NFL in week 8. I know he does. That's another stat people don't want to talk about. The amount of time Daniel Jones has to throw in the pocket. I didn't know he was leading the league again. I thought he was like second. I thought he was 2 or 3. But I'm going to take the Googler at his word. But yeah, he was like second. Yeah, he was like 2 or 3 for most of the games in reference to time in the pocket and the ability to throw the ball. And you're going to take almost 50 sacks. Something's very wrong here. Ron Roman said, Tim, will you be inviting Bad Dog back anytime soon? Sure. I was messaging him the other day. We've both been kind of busy. We both been a little. I have the new podcast, and those that do not know, it's called Get Off My Lawn: The Mad Ramblings of a Gen Xer. So I've been working on that quite extensively and doing some other promotion stuff for that. So any place that they have YouTube, not YouTube, any place they have iTunes or everything else, go watch that. It's just me rambling on everything but Giants Except I think I talked about Giants the other day. But yeah, we'll probably will. We'll get it once we get a little bit scheduled. Plus, we got the online Big Blue Puppy, and I mean, it's everyone in the house had the flu, had the super flu. So it's been crazy. But yes, we will definitely have chupacabras. We will definitely have bad doggone. No, that was the chupacabra in Cabo. I didn't believe in the chupacabra until I went to Puerto Rico. I stayed about 2 months in the Campos in a place called Ponce. And I swear there was chupacabras. I swear. Tell that story. I'm going to tell that story on the new podcast. Does my hillbilly music fit your channel? Everything fits this channel. Everything fits. I actually listened to all of it. And I picked 2 tracks. I just have to put it into the soundboard and do a bunch of things. And thank God Dom is here because he'll tell you how lazy I am in reference to doing things like that. I probably shouldn't admit that. I work very hard, but certain things I'm just very lazy about. You should collab with Fisk Vegas. That would be interesting. I never heard anything. I heard one video from Fisk Vegas, and that was the one he did about Chris. And that was the only video I've ever heard from him. So I don't know much about. I know he works with Cop. I had to think about that. Montana says, I'm concerned about going 2-7 down the stretch or 1-8. I don't think we're going to do 2-7. I don't think we're going to go 1-8. I think we have the opportunity to win. You know, I get like you weren't here for this, Montana, but I said right now you have 9 games, 5 divisional, 4 wins. You're probably going to need unless one of a couple of these teams that are in the other divisions get hot in reference to the wild card. So there's potentially you only need to win 4 games. You can go 4-5, win 10 games, and still probably make the playoffs. What is 59 ways to groove? I like the way you move. I like the way. Wide receivers only get space from CBs when on sidelines. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. All super chats next 2 months are going towards purchasing 3 Coaches Club tickets. And then we're going to do another Coaches Club giveaway towards the end of the season. So 3 people plus myself, we're going to be going to the Giants game in the Coaches Club. This Coaches Club is, I've said it before, if you look at this behind here, this wall right here, you're going to be standing right there, right at that wall. That's where you're going to be standing for the entire game. So thank you. And also quarterbacks throw wide receivers open in the NFL because you create your own passing windows. But thank you for the super chat, my friend. Another advance that people don't like to talk about at the areas of the field, Daniel Jones struggles. Well, yeah, you can't throw to the right. He can't throw right. The wide receivers don't suck. I've seen teams, and I'm going to say it again, 59 ways to be groovy. I'm going to say it again. Name me the starting wide receivers for Tom Brady in his first Super Bowl victory. Name me the starting wide receivers for the New York Giants in 1986. Name me the starting wide receivers for the New York Giants in 1990 outside of Mark Bavaro. I sometimes answer questions before they even come up. Tim, that's me. They might need to sign you to the practice squad running out of bye. I would come back. I sat on the bench. I was looking very deep in thought when I sat on the bench. If you haven't seen those pictures, they're on my Twitter with me sitting on the Giants bench. Let's see. My fear the Giants keep Jones. They're not going to, Christopher. You don't have to worry about it. They're not. And I love it because people are like, they're going to get rid of Daniel Jones. Yeah, I've been saying that forever. You got $50 million in cap space, maybe 60. 11 goes to your draft. He wants to re-sign Saquon Barkley's. You got 39 guys under the contract. You're not giving Daniel Jones $19 million. You have to win in the NFL with quarterbacks now within their first 4 to 5 years. That's just the way it goes. And if you don't, oh, thank you for subbing. 59 ways to be groovy. I like the way you move. That's going to be your sound effect. Yes, don't worry about it. Montana says they might sign you to the practice. I already did that one. Montana also says, thanks for listening to the music, Tim. You're all right. You're welcome. I get a lot of people that send me music. I like listening to subscribers' music. Some people are very, very, you're very talented. There's a lot of people that are very talented out there. Tim, you should bring McKinney to testify for the Chupacabra so Shane doesn't dock it. Shane's not going to dock his pay. There are Chupacabras, though. What's up, Logic's finest? All the way from Germany. Good evening, Tim. I'm up late. How's your family? Hope all's well. Everyone's getting over the flu. The super flu. Means our wide receivers don't suck. They don't suck. They're just low end wide receivers. We've talked about this. Big L already knows the answer. David Patton, Jabbar Gaffney. How many times have I asked that? Did you watch the Weird Al biopic yet? No, I have not watched it. And I think the guy from Harry Potter, Weird Al. I saw something. Well, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. We got to knock this porn out.
That's what she said.
Oh, my goodness. Great balls of fire. Mr. Alvarez says the Colts, the Texans, Lions will probably be the easiest games on schedule this half, but considering the Giants almost lost to the Jags, I don't know how easy these games are going to be. I want a Giant punishing win these next 2 weeks. I want to go to Giant Stadium, and I want to walk out of that stadium bruised because of the fact that the echo from the sounds of the field have reverberated through the seats. That's what I want. Anyone going to the game on Sunday besides me? Why do I feel like I'm the only person that ever goes to games? I know some of the subscribers do, but I see other people that are like, you want to talk about Giants, but how come no one ever goes to the games? Why am I the only one always there? Why am I the only one there? I just never understood that. You're a giant YouTuber or podcaster or an Instagrammer or a Twitterer. How come I'm the only one ever posting pictures from the field or on the games? I'm so lonely. That's why I have to take subscribers with me. Climb the highest mountain. Shout, Daniel Jones is not coming back. The Giants are winning because of Saquon Barkley. The defense, fans, please wake up. He's not coming back. Let's go. I've said it a million times. I'm tired of screaming it from the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ was born. I'm Christian. What does David say? Eli Manning had a great David Tyree during his Super Bowl run against the team with the best team in history. Yeah, he had Tyree. David Tyree. But he also had Plexico burrs. So you really can't go. You can't really, that's why I didn't use that one as an example. If not Danny, then I guess we reset another. No, you don't. There have been plenty of teams that have won with rookie quarterbacks. Some guy named Big Ben, something I don't remember, won a Super Bowl. You're not going to reset. Actually, Ernest Gray was not an 86. And you had, and actually, it was Lionel Manuel, Bobby Johnson, Byron Williams. You had Dan Hasselback as one of the tight ends, McConkey, Bavaro, Zeke Mowat, and I can't think of any more off the top of my head. I was on that Tamiflu, and that really screwed up your brain. We're not going to reset. It's not going to reset. Don't worry, we're not reset. Oh, you're making pasteles and yuca. Ooh, well, I'm going to Walla Walla's house. And I like spicy. I like spicy. I like spicy food. And you could bring them to the Red Lot at Giant Stadium in the Verizon Center. Right next to the Verizon Center. I will be sitting there in the back of my Jeep with a napkin tucked in my shirt and a plate. I'm going out to dinner with Big L. We talked about food the other day. Now I want to go out to eat. Well, next time him and I go to the game together. Yes, it's the guy from Harry Potter. Okay. All right, good. It's the guy from Harry Potter. Tim. I don't know, Tim. The man operational cap space is dwindling down to 2 million. He only has 9 games. He does, and I think, and that's my phrase I use all the time. Operational cap space. That's the amount of cap space you need to make sure you can field the 53-man roster. And I keep trying to explain thank you, Big L, for bringing that up because you're just going to make me aggravated again. I keep trying to explain to people when you sign someone to the practice squad, it's between $8 and $12 million. When they become onto the active roster, then they have a prorated roster salary of whatever the league minimum is for their term of service. So that's why that's why it's dwindling. The cap space is dwindling. It's disappearing. It's disappearing. I'm going to let the good times roll. Remove the name Daniel Jones. Show his career stats to Daniel Jones supporters and ask them, would they, you know what's funny? I used to do that with Eli Manning. I did that after the 2007 season. I would take his stats for those years. I was in 2008, I think it was. And I would tell people, would you take this? And would you, we're going for Mofongo. Sorry. I'm just thinking, now Big L's got me hungry. Now people got me hungry. But we're going for Mofongo. I'm going for Mofongo for Big L. We're going somewhere. We're going to Newark. We're going to the game. We're going to go to Newark and we're going to get some food. But I did that with Eli Manning, and people, and I'd be like, "Would you take this and have a Super Bowl?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and I'd be like, "That's Eli Manning." I was like, "Oh okay." It's election time, so I'm getting all still on for tomorrow and Thursday, of course. Hold on, I gotta. Of course, you are booked. Oops, of course, you are booked. 12. I want to brag, but like I'm like the greatest dog walker there is. People don't know I'm a dog walker too. I just started doing it because I thought it'd be fun, but now it's turned into like you make a lot of money walking dogs. It's ridiculous. It's like stupid money sometimes. I'm like, oh, maybe Joe Shane should go do some dog walking because you can make some cash doing this stuff. What does Christopher want today? Christopher says, wonder who replaces Jones. It's gonna be Hooker. Oh, Michael, you're going. Section L. Oh no, my mouse froze. Section L. Michael's going. Why aren't you going? Section L against the Texans. What is section? Is that where you're parking? Because I'm in the red lot. I'm in the premium lot right in front of the Verizon Center. If you ever go that way, you'll see when you first come in, there's a row of porta potties. And I always use this to explain to people. There's a row of porta potties. To face those rows of porta potties and go like 6 rows over. And that's where I park. You can't trust me. You can't miss me. Trust me. You can find me. You can find me. Let's see. Elijah's fine. It doesn't matter who replaces Daniel Jones. This is a contract year, and his stats are below average. Fans refuse to admit that. Back in the wrong horse. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. Too much to super chat, but the Giants have never been an air it out team. Play action, complimentary, run passing edge. Well, no, that's not true. 84, the Giants had Phil Simms was the first Giant quarterback to throw for over 4,000 yards. Giants ranked a lot of times statistically in the top 10 reference to passing for multiple twos of seasons under Kevin Gilbride. Eli Manning, I believe, had 7 or 8 4,000 plus yards tossing seasons throwing the ball. Also, the fact that if you go back to Y.A. Tittle, most people do not know, was a league MVP twice for the Giants. Same with Chuck and Charlie Conley, was also an MVP for the Giants twice. And these were all high-powered throwing offenses. Just throwing that out there, but you don't have to give super chats all the time. Like I said, I just use super chats. I usually donate super chats, but I'm donating them back to the subscribers. I used to go to games when I lived in Port Chester before 97. Last game I was in 97 against the Washington football game. Games were cheap back then. Games were cheap back then. Oh, you told me you were going there in a few weeks for the World Cup. I think Dom got excited about that. What the fuck is a better name for Commanders? I like that too. David says, well, what I meant to say, David Tyree clearly wasn't much, but Eli Manning made him work. Plus Jones has Slayton, Shepard, and is not. Yeah, you're right. No, I understand what you're saying. I understand. I like that. Mofongo. We're going for some Mofongo. Make sure you hit the like button. I haven't been saying hit the like button. Hit the like button. Reset with Gardner Minshew. Unless Minshew wants to go to, I don't know what his contract situation is, but I think the Giants would be pretty good with Minshew. I think you would. Nah, really? Okay. All right. Well, you know what? You're in Germany, so you're a little too far away. Last comment. I'm the last comment. Count the drops by wide receiver. You can't. I'm not even going to read your comment. Only because of the fact that every team has drops, and the Giants do not lead the team in league in drops. Every team has drops. We're not special in that category. We've said it a million times. Excuses are your own. Winners win. Losers lose. That's all there is to it. We've said it a million times on this show, and we're gonna have because he's new to the show, and we're gonna have to. I'm trying to find the sound effect for you, Mister. I like the way you move. Where is it? I'm going to tell you what winners do. Did I change the soundboard? Oh, here it is. Here it is for you, mister. I like the way you move. This is what we say about winning and losing on this team.
Your best. Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Oh, that's what we think about here. What's Montana? Oh, yeah. Parking lot. Yeah. Okay. Parking lot L. Doing it. L. Come on down to parking lot red. I don't know what the number is. I hope I'm not watching the wild card game with the Giants. I hope we are. I hope we will. We're going to get there. We're going to be the wild card. Tim, there's always a better quarterback than Jones. Many backups are better than him. Let the management look at that. They'll find. I have faith in Shane. So, you know what? I'm going to let him find what he needs to find. And this is a good point. Well, Hostetler, no. But Sims and Collins were mostly passing. Sims threw at Sims threw for over 33,000 yards as a Giant and 199 touchdowns. He ranked in the top 15 in all statistical passing categories for years before, the league went pass happy. Tyrod's going to start next year. He might. You never know. Mr. I like the way you move. Count on me to be there like every live. You're cool, dude. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm cool. That's probably one of the nicest things someone has said to me in the last 3 days, because evidently you haven't read my comment section. I would love to have Minshew. He took a crap Jaguar teams, made them somewhat competitive, but outside of him, who catches your eye as a potential quarterback? It's tough to say because, like I said, I don't know who's on the market. I don't even know if Minshew is going to be on the market. But you're going to get someone in the draft. He's gonna find someone in the draft, and I have all the faith in the world in Shane. I don't know why, but I just do. Thank you, my friend. Logic's Finest says it's funny how it's never Daniel Jones' fault. It's an excuse for his ineptitude. He needs water triple filters through the thin sliced skin with a 5-pound test. Oh my God. Like I said, we have to, this is the, where is it? I'm going to label this down. I'm going to label this damn soundboard. Because this would be so much funnier if I did, not up in here. Okay, no, this would be so much funnier if I did not have to do this every time just to find something, and I don't have it. Because I was going to say, what is it, Daniel Jones? It's never his fault, but I don't have the sound effect anymore. What happened to the sound effect? 2 in the box, ready to go. Well, I don't have that sound effect anymore, but I used to have the it's not my fault sound effect from the Blues Brothers. Out of hand. Coffee, nut up, shut up, Jimmy Fossil, Gladiator, NFL phones. Oh, I wonder if I could do that. Oh, I should do that now. Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, no,
That's that too. Because I could have done it through the Lombardi. A certain magic still lingers in the name of Jules and the Ice and Snow. I always wanted to be John Facenda. You know what? I don't have I don't have it's not my fault anymore. You know what? Here.
You can't keep me cooped up in here, okay? I am a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Just throw that out there. Trade up's a possibility as well. I think there will be quarterbacks later in the draft, though. I think there might be, and I think it was the Big T Brad who follows extensively college football. We're gonna have him on again, maybe on a Sunday, and he could talk about college football. But I do think that there is some opportunity to get a quarterback in the second round as well. I mean, if you take a look at the fact that Derek Carr, I believe, was a second round pick, and Russell Wilson, the third rounder, I could see Derek Carr being on the trading block in the offseason with 1 year left in his contract. I love Derek Carr. I've admitted this. And make sure you hit the like button. Let's get up to 30 likes. I love Derek Carr. I've talked about this before. Dom and I talked about this before on multiple Tuesday streams, that if he was available and I was the Giants, I would have tried to go out and get Derek Carr. I would have done that 2 years ago. And then, of course, he threw up a stinker against the Giants last year. So, but I would get Derek Carr. I would get Derek Carr in a heartbeat. Logic sign finally says, Tim, I identify as a toaster oven now. My pronouns are quick and useful. Giant fan, right? Tom Brady was also a 6th rounder. He was also a 6th rounder. For those that do not know, we are going to be doing, and for those that are new to the channel, on December 18th, which is a Sunday, we are doing a New York Giants live roundtable live from the online Big Blue Studios. I believe right now we have T. Brad has confirmed. James Williams has confirmed. I believe LJ has not confirmed yet. Big L has confirmed, I believe. And we are also going to have OGR Sports has confirmed as well. So we're going to do a live roundtable session with all your favorite guests. I don't know how this one's going to go. If anyone missed the rant from James Williams on Sunday, you have to go back and watch. You have to go back and watch, because that was probably one of the, outside of my rants, that was probably one of the best rants that I have ever heard. You have to go back and watch that. Derek Carr is good. What do we also got here? Behind the Freen says a good to great quarterback can make an average wide receivers look good, but they never want to see that in the media. Instead, they want to say DJ has no weapons. I've talked about this before a million times. I've said this about a bazillion times. Think about this for a minute. Name me a wide receiver who left the Giants outside of OBJ, who took a couple years to happen, that left the Giants when during Eli Manning's tenure. And tell me which one succeeded. Which one excelled? Which one of them had a better career? None. Answer is none. Big L says, oh, my bad. He has a full no trade clause. Oh, yeah, I think he does. You know what? Someone else said that. Yes, LG, I actually sent you a text message like a month ago. My house, December 18th. We're doing a subscriber roundtable from the online Big Blue Casa. You're invited. I sent you a text message. I'll send you another text message. You are invited. You are invited. Big L, T. Brad, James Williams, OGR. Everyone's coming down. What does David say? Since you were comparing pastors to Phil Simms, how much harder do you think it would be? Think it was being a good pastor back then? Oh God, being back there. Oh God, we'll talk about that quickly for a second. They didn't really start enforcing the 5-yard rule. You in the 80s and the early 90s. I've said this before. I'm going back to the 70s. You could mug the wide receiver at the line. Lester Hayes and Mike Haynes, Mark's brother, used to do that in Oakland. You could mug the wide receiver. I've said it before, you could hit him on the head with a hammer, steal his wallet, steal his car, drive to his house, kick his dog, and then come back to the stadium, and they still would not call a flag. That's how much more difficult it was throwing in the 80s. The fact that anyone threw for 4,000 yards in the 80s outside of Dan Marino was astounding, and Dan Fouts. But like I said, in 1984, Phil Simms was the first New York Giants quarterback to throw for over 4,000 yards. A little piece of history. And evidently, LJ is going to be there. LJ is going to be at the round table. I will retext you when we're done here. I'll retext you. Make sure you hit the like button. We got 30 people in the room. We got 30 likes. By my math, that's one like a person. They say college educations don't pay off. But let's see. You had me hyped up, bro. I forgot about the no trade contract also. I did forget about that. I'm just looking because you got the elections today. I'm tired of paying too much money for everything. Tired of it. What's up, Mark? How you doing, my friend? We were just talking Giants. We're talking everything under the sun here. Talking about how I'm going to be at the Texans game on Sunday. Taking Irish Rover. Those that do not know, Irish Rover is a subscriber. He's actually flying in to go to this game. So it's going to be exciting. And I'm taking another subscriber next week to the Lions game as well. And I think we have one ticket left for one open game for a subscriber, and I'll announce that once we get a chance. Logic Finance says Jim McMahon was why we had the current roughing the passer rules. Well, that was a game against Green Bay. where the guy basically after the whistle took McMahon and slammed him into the turf and busted up his shoulder. But he was kind of a dick. Jim McMahon is that is. I'm the punky QB known as McMahon. When I hit the turf, I got no plan. I just throw my body out all over the field. I can't dance, but I can throw the pill. You got to do the Super Bowl shuffle. Oh, it's T. Brad.
Welcome to the party, pal.
We were just talking about you, T. Brad, about how we're going to have you on Sunday one day because I want to talk about college quarterbacks, and you are my go-to quarterback guy, college quarterback guy. We are going to be wrapping up soon because I'm barbecuing. I'm making burgers. I have some nice, sweet Italian sausage I'm going to throw on the grill. I'm very excited about that. I've really needed a good burger for. I had a really good porterhouse steak the other day. And, you know, for the best in porn, go to mega.com69. They are a true subscriber of this channel. Put them in time. I don't want to see porn right now. Wait a minute, what's going on here? I lost internet. Oh no, I lost internet. Oh no, we're losing internet. I gotta switch internet there. I think that worked. Hold on, let's see if that worked. I had to switch. We have multiple internet connections at the house, so I'm switching to the 5G. The 5G does not seem to be working any better, but you're never late. You're never late. Behind the whoops. Healthcare. All right, you know what? We're gonna have to put this on pause a second. Hold on. I had to start the camera back up. I had to take that phone call. I had to take that phone call. And evidently on that phone call, Big Tim, I like Jim McGann. I like Jim McGann too. I was just being facetious that he's a dick. I mean, he's kind of a dick. But I was just being facetious. Smash that like. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm actually gonna have to run out because that is something I need to take care of for the puppy. So he had an exam, so I have to take care of this for the puppy. So I have to run out, guys. But you know what? We'll have some videos coming up. We'll have some fun stuff coming up. We'll always have the Sunday stream at 10:30. No, we won't. Yeah, we'll have the Sunday stream at 10:30 because we will be in the parking lot. But like I said, I gotta close it out here because I do have to go run an errand right now. So I hope everyone has fun today. I hope everyone has a good opportunity. I hope everyone has a good time and join us and watch some videos. Because you know what? It's just the way it is. But all right, guys, I'm gonna have to check out early. Hope to see everyone real soon. Everyone have a good night, and I'm out of here.